Hello, and welcome to another book review video. I think this is the sort of format that I'm going to stick with, or at least the sort of kind of video I'm going to stick with for a while, where I just discuss books and stuff, and my favorite parts about them. The book I have today is called Down with the System from Serj Tankian, who, if you're not aware of who he is, he was the frontman for the band System of a Down back in the 2000s, right? The early 2000s, late 90s, very early 2000s and stuff. So he wrote it. He wrote this book kind of as an autobiography, sort of, I guess, of sorts. It's just about him, his life, what he's done from when he was a kid up until currently. I haven't finished it, but I am not very far from it, and it's just one of probably the best books I've ever read. I mean, because I grew up listening to System of a Down, so for me, I'm already interested in the person who's writing the book, right? So it's, for me, a really easy read. Like, I don't even think I've been reading this book for a month. Usually it takes me a lot longer to get that far in a book, but this has just been really quick to get through. It's very detailed. It's mostly about his life growing up and how System of a Down became a thing, and the process of writing all of the music for it, and then kind of how he kind of got away from System of a Down into doing his own solo stuff. And it's just it's just a very interesting book about how he never let money stand in the way of him doing what he felt was right, in terms of activism and his political stance. And he mentions that System of a Down never really took money to have their songs used in like movies and television and commercials and stuff like that, because they really weren't like that, I guess. So it's very interesting. He talks a lot about the Armenian genocide and stuff, and how difficult it is to get acknowledgement from the government that actually happened. It's good if you're a fan of System of a Down already. Like, this is the kind of book for somebody who's already a fan of System of a Down. But also, if you're interested in learning about the Armenian genocide, he goes into the first three or four chapters are about his family's history with it, because I think his grandparents went through it. I know a lot of people in his family were affected in one way or another by the Armenian genocide. So he kind of talks a lot about that and how it's important for him, because again, he had a lot of family members that were affected by it somehow. And it's important to him that, that goes without, that doesn't go without being recognized. He wants that to be, that's his main mission in life. That's why he and the rest of System of a Down were yes, we make music, but we are also using this platform to stand up for these injustices, and we're not going to let a blank check essentially take us away from what we feel is right, and that's awesome. That he's had these values and this way of thinking that he's just not let go of, and I don't know. It's a good book. I feel like it's a good insight to who he is and all the things that he's been through and seen and stuff like that. It's just a really good book. If you're into that, it kind of delves into a little bit of the recording industry and the behind the scenes of that as well. Because as the consumer, we really don't know. We just think that musicians, record music and boom, they just put it out on a label. But there's way more to it than just that, really, So it's kind of good to get that little bit of like, all right, this is how this person thinks, and I don't want to do business with that person because this is how they feel about that. And they can offer me as much money as they want, but I'm just not going to go for it because I can't get past this thing that I am so passionate about. So it's good that he stands up for that kind of stuff. So if you're a fan of System of a Down or just Serj Tankian in general, or want to know a little bit more about the Armenian genocide, even, I feel like this is at least a good starting point to kind of get into that subject, because it's not 100% about the Armenian genocide, but there is enough in it for you to, at least this is what happened for me. There was enough in it for me to have like, oh, okay, I want to learn more about this. So it serves as a good diving board essentially for that kind of thing. And I guess that's one of the points, I guess, for that. So if you want to read it, check it out. I don't think, I know it's in hardback. Obviously it's in hardcover, but I don't know about paperback. But check it out wherever books are sold. I'm not being paid to say that, by the way.